Hello, I'm Jonathan O'Brien. Is it okay to lie in a negotiation? Lying is frequently regarded as a necessary component of negotiation, as part of the way the game is played. For negotiation, we tend to use slightly different language, though, to make it more palatable. We call it bluffing or laying out a position. But surely, if we attempt to make the other party believe we have alternatives when we don't, or if we imply promises of potential additional business or value that might just be realized if the other party does the deal now, and have no real intention to deliver on this, then we are being less than honest. But is this wrong? When I teach negotiation, I ask this question, and typically about 50% of the group regard bluffing as a necessary part of negotiation. Lying carries risk. If we are found out in a lie, then we lose power and credibility permanently. In one of my first negotiations, when I was a buyer with a large chemical company, I demanded price reductions on the basis that I had more attractive offers on the table from other providers. I even quantified these offers. The supplier politely suggested I should take these offers, as they could not possibly compete, and that ended our meeting there and then. The problem, you see, was that I had failed to understand the market, and specifically that margins were very, very tight for providers. Therefore, it would have been utterly impossible for me to have better offers to the extent that I suggested. My lie caused me to lose all credibility and power with that supplier from that point on. But does that matter? Well, perhaps not if we don't want a future relationship with a supplier, and after all, the other party probably expects us to lie. However, it mattered to me at a personal level and actually caused me to reflect on the long-term effectiveness of my approach, as I had handed the supplier the moral high ground over me. Choosing whether to lie or not is a personal one, and it is worth reflecting on what is happening in the situation and what drives the need to lie. In negotiation, people typically lie first to create power that otherwise wouldn't be present, or perhaps to build a position that is more attractive to the other party. People also lie to create a psychological illusion that we are less interested, or perhaps to reduce risk. Clearly, in all of these cases, these are tactics of negotiation, but a more insightful question is, could we still achieve these things without lying? Well, the short answer is, in fact, yes. Some of the most brilliant negotiators that I know don't lie because they just don't need to. However, what they do have is a well-polished repertoire of certain responses to certain situations and things that they can say to elicit a response from the other. They use silences strategically, they reveal less, they choose whether to avoid responding rather than lying. When the opponent picks up on an apparent avoidance and probes further, the experienced negotiator simply offers an honest position, perhaps reinforced with a personal feeling about why the position is what it is. Personal feelings, of course, are something that it's hard for another party to challenge, and that's why that's so powerful. It is interesting to observe that good negotiators derive power from being consistently honest and creating a sense of trustworthiness. It is the consistency here that is key, because those who lie are inconsistent. One minute they are true and trustworthy, the next minute they are lying and deceitful. As humans, our ability to detect this at a subconscious level is quite incredible, but often we don't realize it. We may not pinpoint a specific lie, but we might get a sense of not quite being able to trust the other for reasons we don't fully understand. This sense drives us to hold back, to be cautious, delve deeper. If we trust the other, we are more likely to be open to reaching an agreement because we feel less threatened by the situation. Indeed, if we are negotiating with someone we need a long-term relationship with, then ongoing trust is in fact the key to this relationship. When we choose to lie in a negotiation, then we create risks. We create the risk of loss of power, the risk of inconsistency that leads to the loss of trust. We create the risk of loss of credibility if we're found out, and the risk of damage to our future relationship should we want one. Many negotiators do, however, feel that lying is an essential and indeed necessary tactic. Even an honest negotiator might like to shake things up a bit with the odd lie here and there. And I can't offer a definitive piece of advice for you here, apart from ensuring that you understand and evaluate the implications of lying during the negotiation, and most importantly, that you always have an exit route should a lie be detected. This could be saying, "I'm sorry, I appear to be misinformed," or "I need to go and check my facts." And both of those things can, in fact, save credibility.